Hey guys, it is Pixarman Tales and more. I'm back with another video, and just as I promised, I'm going to now do my Terminator collection. The Terminator is one of my all-time favorite movie franchises. If you saw my top 10 favorite movies video, you'll know that The Terminator is my number 10 favorite movie of all time, and Terminator 2 Judgment Day is my number 2 favorite movie of all time. Yeah, it was a pretty solid list, so definitely go check that out. So basically, like I said, the Terminator collection. Now, here's 2 VHS sets of it. This one right here I just got recently. I'm going to probably take this price sticker off there. There you go. This is the Terminator collection, letterbox version. I think this was released around 1995. Now, I don't know how this tape opens, so I don't know how these tapes open. So, yeah. There's the spine in the back. Yeah, I haven't checked it out yet. It says exclusively manufactured and distributed by MCA Home Video Canada. Division of MCA Canada Limited. Yeah. And yeah, this is Hemdale for the first movie, and then Carolco and everything. This is put out by Live Entertainment. I think, 1995. Terminator artwork, copyright Hemdale Home Video. So, yeah. But inside here, you got the 2 tapes. There's the first one. These look like they've barely been used. And there's Terminator Judgement Day, which looks like somebody forgot to rewind that one. So, but it's still pretty cool to have. And then this is a later set that I happen to have of the Terminator 1 and 2. This is I think a later pressing. I think this is from around 2000. I had another copy that, basically, I had these tapes inside are from my old copy of the set, which was, or actually, I don't know if these are the ones or not, but, I had a different set that didn't have those ratings on the spine, which is interesting. Now, both of those, as of currently, on all copies now, both the Terminator and Terminator 2 Judgment Day are rated 18A, even though if they came out today, they'd be rated 14A, easily. Those are pure 14A material. Though, at this time, the Terminator was rated R in Canada, which means it's restricted to persons 18 and over. Though, that's a little harsh for the Terminator, I think. It was probably only that for the sex scene, honestly. And then 14A in Canada here. In fact, actually, in my province, it's a bit confusing because before the 2005, we only had 4 categories. We didn't adopt the home video rating systems in Nova Scotia until I think March of 2005. We had G, PG, 14, which was also called adult accompaniment, and 18, which is also called restricted. Now, there's some things that say that category was restricted to persons 18 and over, and there were some sources that say that category was instead more like 18A. I know if you go look at a lot of those old movies on the Nova Scotia film classification website, which the Nova Scotia one is the same exact classification system as New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland and Labrador as well. That said, a lot of those, if you look at those old movies that had that 18 classification, they'll now be listed in their system as being R, the current R rating. Now, apparently that was false, because I remember around 2016 or 17? 2017, I think, yeah. They had the Great Digital Film Festival at Cineplex, which is now called the Flashback Film Fest. They had some movies there like Fight Club and Starship Troopers, which were that rating, whatever the 18 was, whether it was 18 or R, and they were classified as 18A. Yet I know that Aliens and Alien, which were R in the cinema in Nova Scotia, which is really weird. I remember the Terminator. I was so sad because it turns out it was R. Now, at the time, 2018, they were bringing back both Terminator and Terminator 2. I had already seen Terminator 2, the 3D re-release, though, back in 2017, but they were bringing it back, so I wanted to see both of them. The Terminator, though, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get in because I was only 16 at the time. I was going to turn 17 that July, so still, even then, I wouldn't have been close to there, so they said, oh yeah, it's sorry, you can't really get in. But then it turns out, because I looked on the website, that's what it said. But then right after that, I checked on the website again. They changed it to 18A just in the Atlantic provinces. And I looked online, the website too, and again, it was listed at 18A. When I looked on there before that, it was listed at an R. So I find that really interesting. I honestly think they heard my story, and they realized, yeah, this movie is more tame than whatever, and probably looked at the history of the rating, and they realized, yeah, that's what this movie should be, not R, restricted to persons 18 and over. So, I think, yeah, personally, I think my testimony got them to actually to change the rating in Nova Scotia and other maritime provinces. Don't quote me on that. I think they saw that and they realized, oh, we're going to lose money for our showings. And that's the thing, it costs a lot of money to license these films, so that one would have been licensed from MGM, so yeah. It costs a lot of money, so they probably were like, yeah. Though Terminator 2 stated it was a 14A when I went to see it in the theater, so I had no problem getting there. But that was a long rant. Back to the movies, of course, these are the covers. Now these are, I don't know if I've watched these exact copies, but I had other ones that I then used to tape over later. These are from Alliance. These are put out by Alliance Atlantis, which is, of course, the Canadian distributor of Artisan titles. I think Artisan still had the VHS rights to the Terminator, while the DVD was being put out by MGM originally. So I find that really interesting because I had seen a 2-pack that was actually labeled as Artisan Entertainment that was dated 2003. I saw a picture of that online. Yeah, you can see a sticker. Actually, these are my original. There actually was a sticker on there, I think, that said 14A. If I recall, this might be the original box, and I think they might have changed the box, because the box that also did have bilingual titles. This might have been the original version of that box, and then they changed it to just not have the ratings, because the Terminator, they might have reclassified it as 14A. Even though on DVD it was then given an 18A, so. Those should be 14A. I don't think there's anything. If the Suicide Squad was 14A, which that should have been 18A, then this one should be. Heck, Sausage Party was rated 14A in my province, so there you go. So, but anyways, back to this one. I know this one has the 1995 opening. This has the trailer for Cutthroat Island, and this one, if I recall correctly, now these again, I'm pretty sure these are the copies I had before. Because remember, like I said, I got another copy of the set. Because the reason I got another copy of the set was because my other one had a big rip in the cover. So, but yeah, this one actually has no previews. So it has like the Crawl Go Home Video logo and like the warning screens and stuff. And but there's no previews, so I don't know what year that would be from. Probably around 96 or so. I'm not 100% sure though, so it could be. I don't know what to classify that as. So those are my 2 Terminator VHS sets, and now we move on to the Laserdiscs. Yes, that's right. I am a Laserdisc collector. I'm probably one of the youngest Laserdisc collectors you'll ever meet. There's probably other ones that are younger than me that are like, that are interested in that stuff, but definitely around my area, I think in my entire high school, I was the only person to have a Laserdisc player. Maybe not the only one whose parents had a Laserdisc player, but my Laserdisc player is mine. My parents were never Laserdisc people. No one in my family was. I was the first Laserdisc person in my family, and I was born after Laserdisc had already died, so. But here's the first one. I know I've seen another version of this that has like a different sort of, a couple different variations of this one. I don't know exactly when this is from. It's distributed by Image Entertainment, of course, under license from Hemdale. My aunt found these for I remember actually I was in Newfoundland. My aunt found these for me, or I found them at a record store. They weren't able to sell them though, so my aunt put them on hold. And then she brought them when she came over later that year. November, right before we were going to see Dark Fate, actually, Terminator Dark Fate. She brought those over. This looks like it's from 1991. This Laserdisc, so that's interesting. That's why I love Laserdisc. So, like, let me just compare the VHS of the same thing. Just grab it. That's the VHS cover, and that's the Laserdisc cover. Huge difference there. This, my friends, is why I am a huge fan of Laserdisc, and the cover is the same exact thing as you can see. So. But yeah, this is the really awesome. I'm not going to take the disc out because it's kind of. Actually, I might just take the sleeve out, like the Laserdisc sleeve. I think it's pretty blank. I don't need to show that. But this is a pretty cool Laserdisc, and it is widescreen, of course. So. And here is Terminator 2 Judgment Day, the special edition Laserdisc. I don't have the box set version. I just have this one, which is the. Interesting, this one was $8. The Terminator first one was $10. I would have thought it would have been the other way around. There was a special edition, and this is the widescreen, which is good. I think there was a pan and scan special edition release on Laserdisc, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, there was a box set version, which had an extra set of we had a whole set of bonus features. But I was okay with just having this because pretty much all those bonus features, except for the music video, the Guns N' Roses music video, are on the Ultimate Edition DVD, which you're going to see in a while. So this is just the special edition movie, but it is good. And I do use this to test my, like, sometimes if I'm hooking up a new laser. Like, I tried to actually buy some speakers, which didn't actually work with my Laserdisc player. They made it sound really awful. So my whole system sounded really awful with those speakers. But I used this disc to test those. It is a good test disc, I think. So, fortunately, there was no CAV edition. Would have been cool to see that, but yeah. See, this is awesome. The gatefold covers, you got all this info about it, all the chapter listings there, and there's also the restoration notes too. That's pretty cool. In case you didn't see the back, and this is the special edition version. So this is the one with the extra scenes. This is an awesome Laserdisc, definitely. Now, of course, the Terminator 1 and 2 have also gotten DVD releases. The Terminator, I know, was originally released on DVD, I think, in 1997 by Image Entertainment, the same company that did the Laserdisc. Though it was extremely bare bones and a very poor transfer. Though the first proper DVD we got was in 2001 from MGM, was a special edition. This is that DVD, but it's a reprint of it. Like, the original had a different sort of cover. It's more shifted to the side, and it's more dark, and it's all shiny. This is the cover that you know nowadays. This is the 2003 special edition version, which I don't think is as common, actually. That just happens to be the one I have. I know in 2004 they issued a version that had it was one side of it. It just had the theatrical trailer, and it had like the updated like the MGM DVD logo and such. I used to have that, but I got rid of it once I got this one. But I do know that this is the best version. Again, I think in 2006 they did another one, which I think is the one they're still selling, but they keep reprinting. They did one that was a 20th Century Fox reprint, which had no bonus features whatsoever. I don't remember that. I remember my uncle has the 2004 one. He's the one. He's who got me into the Terminator. Was my uncle, Uncle Dave. And yeah. So as you can see, also here, like I said, it's rated 18A there. So that's. So I think it's a more 14A mature. If I had a 12-year-old, I'd let them watch it. I first saw it when I was 12, but I was more of a sensitive 12-year-old. I saw the beginning of it. I didn't actually watch the whole movie until I was about 14. But this was actually, the Terminator is special to me because it is the first R-rated movie I ever saw. Now, R-rated TV show, or TVMA, Daredevil, I had watched before I watched this. But for actual R-rated movies, this is my first one. And it's very special to me. Because this is the first ever R-rated movie I've ever watched. I had not seen a single one all the way through before that. So that's pretty cool. Skynet Initiative, Directive, ensure the rise of the machines. Target, Sarah Connor. Mission, terminate. I love how the Terminator is so low budget, yet it's so creative. Like, a lot of it comes from not the action and the spectacle, but more just the horror. Like, it's like basically like a killer robot, but he's so creepy because he looks like a man, he acts like a man, and everything. It's amazing, like, filmmaking. Like, it's one of the things that's inspired me to do movies. Like, I had been wanting to do movies all my life, but this one propelled it even more. Yeah, special features, you got the stereo mix and the mono mix too, like the 5.1 stereo remix. Brand new Other Voices documentary with new James Cameron interviews. The Terminator, a retrospective documentary. Terminated, deleted scenes with James Cameron commentary underlay. Hidden menu features, DVD-ROM script screen, original storyboards, trailers, TV spots, and more. Original mono audio track. This one does have the English GTS 5.1 EX surround and mono and 5.1 EX surround. Spanish 5.1 EX surround, and French and Spanish subtitles, so that's good. And yeah, this is the exact same DVD as the 2001. Unfortunately, it's a flipper disc, so that's okay. This is the best copy, so there's side 1 with the movie, side 2 with the special features. And you get the booklet. This is the same booklet that would come in the special edition. That's the font they had on the original special edition DVD. You can read that if you want. There's a couple things I don't have of the Terminator. I do have a couple Terminator video games, but I'm not going to show those today. I might do that when I do like an Xbox game collection. There, I have Terminator: Dawn of Fate and Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines for Xbox 360. So I'm not going to show those though. But I actually don't have the Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles or the Terminator Salvation of the Machinima series. I don't have those. But I got every other movie. So then we got so special effects wizards there. This is amazing little book. I love when they include booklets like this. They don't make DVDs like they used to anymore. Heck, they don't even make Blu-rays like this anymore. Scene selection, yeah. So the Terminator, yeah. This is if you're looking for a DVD, this is the one you want, or the older special, the one that if it's a DVD and it says special edition on the top, like an MGM special edition on the top, then that's the one you want. Make sure it completely. If you're because I know that there is this cover, but there is one that doesn't say special edition, but it does have this cover. Make sure the cover, if you're looking for the one, if it has this cover, make sure it looks exactly like this. Make sure it matches it completely. Then that's the one. Or it's the one that's shiny. So yeah. Because the Blu-rays, I know they had a Blu-ray in 2006, which later got reprinted a few times. Then they had another one in 2013, which is the one they keep reprinting now. Both of those, like the 2006 one wasn't a very good transfer, apparently. The 2013 one was awesome. That didn't have any of that had some of the special features, but only a few of them. This one has everything, so that's good. And then Terminator 2 Judgment Day. The first DVD came out in 1997. It was just bare bones DVD. It wasn't even anamorphic widescreen. Same with that one, I don't think it was either. But these are the first two proper DVDs. Now, these are two totally different DVDs, but I think to get the whole experience of T2 on DVD, you needed to own both these. So this is T2, the Ultimate Edition DVD. This is now there's three variations of this. The original DVD, this is the metal case, the metal slipcover. The original DVD was one of those flipper discs, just like this one, though it was put out by Artisan Entertainment instead of MGM. Same company that did these. Yeah, of course, Alliance Atlantis distributed it in Canada, obviously. But yeah, it was one of those flipper discs. It was called DVD 18, so 4 layers. That was pretty bad, so they decided instead to reissue it as a 2-disc DVD release. Though the discs were still called Side 1 and Side 2. And then they had a third version, which had a thicker case, and it was a cardboard slipcover. That's the one my uncle has. I used to have that one, but it didn't really have the slipcover. I just actually borrowed his. But now I have this, so I gave that back to him, and this is cool, yeah. So this is the exact same DVD, just a different case. Now this case is really sharp. I've actually scratched myself a few times on this, and especially this one actually too, like both of them. This one, so this one you got lots of special features, documentaries. You got the making of T2 featurette, T2 More Than Meets the Eye featurette, the making of T2 3D, breaking the screen barrier, and the in-depth look into the making of the MCA Universal theme park attraction. Terminator 3D Battle Across Time with state-of-the-art technology and a seamless blend of film and live performances. And then the special features, you got the Ultimate T2 DVD supplement, which covers every aspect of filmmaking. I don't know why I haven't watched that one yet. I gotta watch that. Cast and crew information, teasers, trailers, entire screenplay, and over 700 storyboards. And then DVD-ROM program allows viewing of the film while simultaneously reading the script and looking at the storyboards and links to online websites. And this, again, newly remastered, has THX. It's THX certified. It's both versions are what this has both the theatrical and the special edition version. But if you put in a code, you can also watch the extended special edition version, which has 5 more minutes and an alternate ending. The one that I think James Cameron wanted to end it like that originally, but probably the studio wanted the possibility of more sequels, so they made him not have that ending, and then to possibly leave it open. And then Dolby Digital 5.1 Surround DX and DTS 5.1 ES and Dolby Surround 2.0. Though that might be just for like French and Spanish ones. Audio commentary featuring 26 members of the cast and crew is on here as well. Digitally mastered English subtitles. So that is cool. And we open this up. It's so big actually. It's so like the case is a lot bigger, so the guide actually has to be outside. But I will show the inside too. There's the scratch of when it kept rolling, because I had to actually tape this on there. The inside, as you can see, it's open, has an open end there. But yeah. This case is so hard to open, like those little tiny ones. So there's disc 1, where you have the T1000, and disc 2 with the T-800 going into the fire at the end of the movie. The climactic steel mill scene. This is actually I remember the copy I had of the cardboard case one, which didn't have the cardboard slipcover, but it was just the regular thicker case. This actually came with it. This is the original DVD guide for the 1997 DVD release that happened to just come in there. So you can read that if you want. So I just stuck it in here as well. So other DVDs from Artisan Home Entertainment. And it says, "Dear DVD fan, due to the advanced features utilized in the creation of this DVD, some players may experience minor navigational difficulties. This should not affect your enjoyment of the feature program in any way. For your questions or comments, please write THX Digital Mastering Program, P.O. Box 3460, Burbank, California, 91508, THX.com. Now, that 82997 there, I am not sure if that was written on there by somebody who had this just to remember it, or if it was printed. If you have this DVD and this little thing comes in, let me know if it is printed on there, if you have that exact same thing and it looks exactly like that. Because, like, I can't tell, because, like, I can't really see it, but when you put on glow, it looks like it's a different shade, like, it looks like a pen marking. So I'm not sure if the person who owned this before me had the, had decided to put it on there just, see what I mean? This is kind of glows a bit. That color looks like a pen ink. I'm not sure if the person who had this before me wrote that down, or if, it was printed with all copies, because that's the code you need to access the Special Extended Edition. I'm thinking the latter is more likely, but it just kind of looked like a pen markings. Here's the guide. I'm not going to go through all this. This is a really in-depth book about the making of the movie and stuff. Like, talks about, like, production notes and stuff. But I will show you the back. Some other DVDs you can buy from Artisan Entertainment. Let me just put this one back in its slipcover. Yeah, so, while that one actually, this DVD, I think focuses more on the technical aspect of making the movie. Not the technical, this one focuses on the movie making part of it. This DVD focuses more on technical stuff. It's not as robust, but it is good. Like, I think if you were just to buy one back in the day, I would have recommended this one. But if you had the money, I would have said buy both. Because it is, and plus the thing is about this one, the picture quality on this one's better, yet there is no DTS on here. Basically, yeah, so it says special, so disc one, the special edition one is the one that's on there. You can put in that same code, 82997, which means August 29th, 1997, to get the theatrical version. There is no extended special edition on here, so that's a bit of a bummer, but whatever. And this is a special edition version, yeah, digitally mastered from a brand new 1080p 24SF high definition telecine transfer. Digital telecine transfer for superior video and audio quality. 16:9. Dolby Digital 5.1 Surround DX and a Dolby headphone track. It's got an audio commentary, extreme interactive mode with graphic commentary and rare behind-the-scenes footage, and a THX optimizer, Spanish subtitles and everything. That's good. And then disc 2 features, there's only 2 actual new bonus features on the disc. You got No Feet But What We Make, an all-new documentary on the role of T2 and the evolution of digital effects in modern filmmaking, featuring new interviews with prominent filmmakers and visual effects artists. And T2 on the Set, exclusive new retrospective montage of life on the set of the greatest action movie ever made, featuring rare production footage. And then also we got some DVD-ROM features. You got T2 High Definition, the complete theatrical version of the film, Microsoft Windows Media 9 series, playable in high resolution and 5.1 sound directly from your PC. You got the Infiltration Unit Simulator and T2 FX Studio. Morph your imported images into a T1000 or T800 Terminator. That's the only feature that actually worked for me. The other two, the T2 High Definition is outdated, and this next one is also outdated. But I actually did make a couple morphs. I actually made myself into like a T800. Skynet Combat Chassis Designer. Construct and field test your own Ultimate Fighting Machine. Track your progress online. I think this DVD, by the way, is from like 1999 or 2000. And this one is from 2003. And this is the original metal case version. Now, actually, I don't have the, but there's these system requirements you need. I don't have the, whatever. I don't have the actual cover on here. That's just how this came when I got it. This is the metal one, like, it's much thicker metal, but it is It is metal. Some rivets there. See, there's the rivets. I know YouTuber Aaron Isaac, who I love his videos, so shout out for watching. I remember on his video, people were giving him a hard time. I would say, like, no, that's the cardboard one, but I believe him because I have the metal one too, obviously. And it does sound not as metally, but it still clinks a bit. Though it definitely doesn't clink as much as this one does. But still, it's metal, totally metal. Though unfortunately, I think the paint didn't quite go on the right spot. The original DVD cover, this was peeled off because the case is so tight on it that it would always peel off and it would really be bad. I know they later reissued this in a cardboard case. I know in Canada, by the time they did that, Artist Entertainment was bought by Lionsgate, and their Canadian arm, Maple Pictures, reissued it. And that's when it got... This copy, by the way, also has a 14A rating. I know Canadian copies of that, like the cardboard one, also had a 14A sticker. Though I did see one with an 18A sticker, but I think that might have been an error back then. This one has a 14A, is rated 14A, according to the back of the guy there, as you can see. But later copies, like all the Maple Pictures copies or whatever, and later copies, those copies, even to today, they're rated 18A, so yeah. There's disc 1. See, this is an Alliance Atlantis DVD, though it opens exactly the same as an American one. And then there's disc 2. And talks about the stuff there, you can read it. Actually, I'm not gonna... Yeah, it's too much. Talks about the restoration and stuff. But this one, definitely, the picture quality is better than the other one. But I think if you had to just get one, it would be the Ultimate Edition. Now, I know that the Blu-rays of Terminator 2, they've had quite a few. They had one in 2006. I know the HD DVD came out internationally and was pretty good, but the Blu-ray in 2006 was, I think, okay. It was not really much of an improvement, but it was... Okay, that just had a commentary in the theatrical cut, though. No special features. That was the 2006 release. I know 2009, they released the Skynet edition, which had, I think, all 3 versions. Had a little bit better picture quality, but was still heavily DNR'd, apparently. Digital noise reduction. And it just had, like, more interactive features and just had some, like, just some different blurbs for information. Like, not the same features, but the same information as the other one. Though in 2015, I know that they did a third Blu-ray. 2014, I think Mongrel Media took over the distribution rights in Canada in 2014, and they released their own bare bones Blu-ray, so I don't know how that is. But 2015, in US, they released a Blu-ray edition that has the best picture quality for all of them. Though they only have the theatrical version and the extended version. No, the special edition. It doesn't have the extended special edition. And it had the making of T2 and T2 More Than Meets the Eye. I don't think it had any of the commentaries or anything. I'm not 100% sure. But I know it had making T2 and T2 More Than Meets the Eye, along with No Feet What We Make and T2 on the set, but that was it. But if you're looking for a Blu-ray for the best picture quality, I think that was probably the best one. And then I know in 4K, they did a 4K release in 2017. Apparently there's a new one coming out. I don't know if it's going to be the same transfer or not. Hopefully not. That was a bad botched transfer, because the high definition remaster that James Cameron did was really good. But on the 4K, apparently it was just really too dark. I saw that version in theaters, and it was great. But, yeah, they did that, and, yeah, basically, it was not very good, apparently. Like that whole, what am I trying to say? That whole remaster, apparently. And I know on the regular Blu-ray that comes with it, they also had bonus features. They had, I think, a new documentary plus those 4 featurettes from before. Again, I'm not sure if the audio commentary was on that either. Just don't quote me on that. Apparently, though, they had I think at least the special edition. I'm not sure if they had the extended special edition or not. But on those ones, the extra scenes were actually looked different, completely different than the regular movie. The rest of the movie, like the theatrical, because the theatrical cut was the only one remastered. They didn't remaster the special edition or the extended special edition. So those ones looked completely different on the DVD or the Blu-ray, excuse me. The 2017 release, excuse me. Like the special, because it'll go from one color palette and then to the original one that was used on the 2015 Blu-ray. Well, not the original, I guess, but yeah, the old sort of look. So it's sort of jarring, and it's not a very good way to watch the special edition, because one looks completely different than the rest of the movie. So now we get into the third movie. Because Hemdale produced the third movie, or the first movie. Carolco Pictures produced the second movie. I remember Carolco was bought by Studio Canal in 1996, I think. But then they sold the rights to C2 Pictures to make the third film, which I have on DVD and I have on VHS. Now I'm just going to get the VHS out of the way. This is just the movie. It's got a couple of video game promos too, so yeah. And I remember my mom found this for me at a yard sale. Like, it was a sale that they were having in like a mall. This is printed October 3rd, 2003. Now the DVD, this is the 2-disc widescreen edition. There was a 2-disc full screen edition released as well. If you recall, I had the Blu-ray. It's still in my house, but I'm planning to get rid of it, actually, the one I unboxed. Because I realized I have this, so I didn't really need that, so I figured I'll get it to someone who actually wants a Blu-ray of it. Because I made that in the Simpsons movie, I made the mistake of upgrading to Blu-ray when I really didn't need to, so. The only thing that was new on there was a new commentary, so. Whatever, yeah, so this is the 2-disc widescreen edition. Of course, you gotta have widescreen. And the special features, again, it's got Dolby Digital audio, 5.1 audio, I think English and French. And so this has a commentary with two commentary tracks with the stars and director. I think the Blu-ray had 3 commentaries, if I'm not mistaken. Just to get introduction by Arnold Schwarzenegger, go on set with the HBO First Look making of documentary, Sergeant Candy scene, Terminal Flaws gag reel, T3 Visual Effects Lab, build your own eye-popping action sequences, Skynet database of weapons and personal dossiers, Terminator timelines, storyboards, Dress to Kill, toys in action, the making of the video game, and enhanced features for your DVD-ROM PC. That's pretty cool. And then right here we have the disc 1 with the T800 endoskeleton, and the disc 2 with the TX endoskeleton. Now, Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines was a great movie until the end. Like, the end was just so depressing. Like, it sort of left you bummed that they didn't succeed in their mission. So, the world did blow up, basically, and that whole prophecy, yeah, he's gonna save the Resistance later, of course, but that's the whole thing. It's like, yeah, he had to protect it. Oh, the DVD-ROM links is the T3 website and the T3 game demo. I think Terminator 3 War of the Machines. Yep. But that was the whole thing. It's like, no fable what you make for yourselves, and they're like, oh no, you're fricked anyway. So yeah. And then ads in here. You got some merchandise. The Pumping Iron DVD. Ad for the video game, which I have on Xbox. That was an interesting game, because that game was originally rated T, but I saw a copy that had a rated M sticker over it. Same with Glee Karaoke Revolution. It was originally rated E10+, but when I got it, my copy had a sticker over it that re-rated it T. They get a free DVD by mail with $5.95 shipping and handling when you buy T3 in any one of these DVDs. And so the DVDs you can choose from, and that you could buy, there's Batman and Robin, Collateral Damage, and Eraser. All Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, so. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, Terminator 3 was sort of a bit of a bummer at the end, but throughout the movie, it is, it's pretty good. And of course, there's the VHS. I'll just put that over there. The fourth movie, let me just grab it, came out in 2009. Now, the rights to this one were sold to a company called the Halcyon Company. I know C2 Pictures, they produced the first season of Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles, I believe. The Halcyon Company, I believe, produced the second. There could be a bit of overlap, though. But this one was produced by the Halcyon Company. This is Terminator Salvation, and this is the director's cut. Yeah, sorry, I just had to plug in my phone because the battery was starting to go. That's why I'm in a different location. But yeah, the This is actually I've never actually watched this one. I don't know why I've been putting it off, probably because Arnold's not in it, but I know this is the movie with the infamous Christian Bale meltdown. This was supposed to start a new trilogy of movies. I think it was supposed to be like, this is when John Connor was going to save the universe, I guess. Like, save the world, I guess. There was, like, the present-day trilogy, which is 1, 2, and 3, and then the future trilogy is what it was supposed to be. So, let me just get this one out of its case. Yep, same thing underneath. I don't really have time to go in depth with my opinions on some of these movies. Probably this thing just fell out. I'll just put that back in later. Disc 1, you have the... Sorry about that. It's just because it's plugged in with a really short cord. I got cramps now. Oh. Anyways, okay. So Disc 1 is Terminator Salvation, the director's cut. And then Disc 2 is the theatrical cut with special features. That's the cover you see on the standard DVD version. Like the single disc version. And then Disc 3 is the digital copy. I remember there was a 2-disc DVD plus digital copy, which I actually had before I had the Blu-ray. I got rid of that, though. It had that cover, actually, so. Yeah, that was the director's cut as well, and there's just an important notice there, so. Let me go grab the next one. So, after the Halcyon Company shut down, like after they were bankrupt, they sold the rights to Annapurna Pictures, the company behind movies like American Hustle and Sausage Party, owned by Megan Ellison. She sold the rights to her brother, David Ellison, at Skydance Productions, now called Skydance Media. And, of course, their co-production partner was Paramount Pictures, so Paramount Pictures and Skydance Media teamed up to produce Terminator Genesis. This actually came with, like, an endoskull little... Not it was tiny, but it's still interesting. I didn't read any of the bonus features in the Salvation, so I'm just because my battery went out. You could probably see them, but anyways. Yeah. This one doesn't have that many bonus features. You can just see them all right there. And this is the DVD, Blu-ray plus DVD. It's been a while since I watched this. Like, I remember not really enjoying it that much. Like, I remember enjoying it sort of, then the more I thought about it, I really didn't like it. Let me just put that down. Sorry, I have to lay on my belly because my phone is so... Actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm going to go up on my couch, actually. It's a better way to do it. Sorry about this, guys. Sorry about that. I'll bring Salvation over as well, just to read the special feature. Sorry about all that, guys. That's better. So, going back to Salvation bonus features. It's like I said, it goes with director's cut and theatrical versions. Special features, it says Director McGee hosts riveting Pro of the World of Terminator Salvation. Only watch the movie with picture-in-picture story comparisons and Terminator mythology timeline. And additional special features, you got the Moto Terminator, discover the collaboration between filmmakers and Ducati. And Reforging the Future, see how filmmakers reinvented the franchise and took it to depths never seen before. Now, Terminator Genesis, like I said. Special features on Blu-ray, I think, yeah, you got family dynamics, casting the film's iconic characters, infiltration and termination, shooting on location, and upgrades, VFX of Terminator Genesis. Yeah. But as far as I remember, Terminator Genesis is like a reboot of the series. Like, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think, yeah, it goes back to, like, it starts, let's say, like, Judgment Day was in 1997, then you see them going back to in the first Terminator, but then it turns out someone went back even further, so therefore it is a complete reboot. And they were planning to make two sequels to this that were scheduled to be released around 2017 and 2018. Those never happened. There's the Blu-ray and the DVD, and they're just bare bones gray. And this is the digital copy code. I'm going to show you because Ultraviolet doesn't even exist anymore. So that was the worst. The Terminator Genesis Revolution game. It's interesting how they spell Genesis. It's like Genisys. So I always find that weird. I know the 4K Ultra HD version actually has a 2-disc Blu-ray, has more special features, but I don't need to get that. Because I didn't really like this movie that much. So, though it says James Cameron said apparently it was the best Terminator since T2 Judgment Day. I bet you they paid him to say that. And then lastly, we have the newest one, probably the most infamous of all of them, Terminator Dark Fate. Producer James Cameron returns, and it's from Tim Miller, director of Deadpool. Basically, I know what happened with this one, apparently, is that, basically the rights to Terminator, their contract was that after 35 years, all rights to all the intellectual property and everything would go to James Cameron, 35 years after the original movie came out. That happened in 2019, because that was 35 years after 1984. Basically, now in 2018, they were starting to shoot it. They wanted to make another Terminator movie, but they wanted to make a movie that was a sequel to Terminator 2, I guess. What they did, I know, is they decided to basically team up with James. Basically, Paramount Pictures and Skydance Media teamed up with 20th Century Fox, who James Cameron makes his movies with, to have James Cameron come back and produce another Terminator movie, but he didn't direct it because he's busy working on Avatar sequels, and Avatar 2 and Indiana Jones 5 are two of the movies that keep being delayed and delayed and delayed. Indiana Jones 5 just got delayed till 2023, so there you go. That'll be 15 years after Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which is just sad, I think, but whatever. Terminator Dark Fate. They decided to make that as a true successor to Terminator 1 and 2. It did not impress me. I am going to, just so you know, there's spoilers for Terminator Dark Fate. If you want to click off now, do it. Just warning you right now. Okay. The beginning scene of the movie, it was an enjoyable movie throughout. But really, that beginning ruined it totally. I was so excited to see it, and I walked in giddy as a schoolboy and to see the movie, and then what do they do in the first 2 minutes? They kill off John Connor as a kid, right after T2, and then he's replaced with this girl that I don't know who she was before the movie. You don't care about her. I wanted to see Edward Furlong come back as an adult John Connor. I wish we could have seen that. That could have been awesome. To see them all fighting again together. Because they were sort of the golden trio of Terminator 2. Was Sarah, John, and the T-800. I wish we could have seen that, but instead we got this girl who we'd have nothing about, and this cyborg we know, this part cyborg we know nothing about. And, it was mostly in Mexico. I don't think that's a problem or anything. I just felt like those two characters, we had no idea who they were. And T-800 was just it was the T-800 that killed him, sent back from another Skynet sent another one back, and that led to the creation, I think it was actually Legion, another Skynet, something like that. I forget exactly how that worked. It was so confusing. But that bad Terminator is Arnold in this. He's called Carl. He starts a life basically as he has a family basically, which is really stupid. And this was, again, much like Salvation and Genesis, supposed to start a new trilogy. I guess you could call this a trilogy. It's a trilogy of failed trilogy starters. Yeah, so Terminator Dark Fate was really a letdown. But I didn't hate it. I still actually enjoyed parts of it. I thought it was pretty good. I think if I recall, I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was a really good shootout scene. I think it was a police station scene. I think that's what it was. I had to watch the movie again. That was a good scene. But yeah. Special features on here, though, we got the 4K, just got the 4K, and then the Blu-ray, we got deleted and extended scenes, in-depth behind-the-scenes featurettes, and over an hour of bonus content. And then you get the 4K disc there. I tried to do that digital code, but for some reason it only does it on Paramount only lets you do it on Apple TV. And there's the Blu-ray. Then it says, look for these. Also check out these other thrilling action movies. You got Transformers: The Last Night, Gemini Man, Overlord, and Mission Impossible Fallout, which I also have on 4K, so yeah. Yeah, so that's my Terminator collection. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Pixelman Tales of One, signing out. Peace.